Hi everyone, in this video you have to solve limits using the definition of the first derivative. Pay attention, we have two definitions. This is the first one, and the first one we have the denominator h, and this is the second one, and the denominator of the second definition is x minus number, x minus a. So you have to pay attention what is the suitable definition you have to use when you solve the limit. For the first one in part A, we have limit 2x squared minus 1 to the 100 minus 1 divided by x minus 1 when x goes to 1. So it's clear that you have to use the second one because the denominator of limit in part A is x minus 1, which is x minus a, so a equals to 1. So this is our function f of x. This is f of x. But in general, for any limit, you have to use direct substitution firstly to check if the direct substitution is 0 over 0. So if you replace x equal 1 now in the inside function, you will get 0 over 0. So you can continue. So this limit is a derivative of a function at x equals to number. So what is f of x? It is the first term in a numerator, which is 2x squared minus 1 to the 100. And we have that a equals to 1. So what to do is to find f prime of x for this function, and you have to use the chain rule, and exactly you have to use the power rule because we have function to the power 100. So you have to put the power in front of the function multiplied by 2x squared minus 1, then subtract 1 from the exponent you have. You'll get 99 multiplied by the derivative of the inside function, which is 4x. Now you have to replace a equals to 1 in the first derivative, then you will get the value of the limit in part A. So f prime of 1 equals 100 multiplied by 2 times 1 squared, 2 minus 1 equals to 1 to the power 99 multiplied by 4 times 1, 4, and the answer is 400. So our limit is f prime of 1, which is equals to 400. Now for the second equation, we have limit sine 2x divided by x minus pi when x goes to pi. If you use the direct substitution, you will get 0 over 0 because sine 2 pi equals to 0 divided by pi minus pi equal to 0. So this limit is a derivative of a function at given x or at x equals to number. So what is the function? This is our function f of x, and you have to use the second definition of the first derivative. And it's obvious that a equals to pi because we have x minus pi, and in the definition we have x minus a. So a equals to pi. What about the function? The function is sine 2x. Now you have to find the first derivative of this function, then you have to plug in pi on the function to get the value of the limit. So f prime of x, this is a chain rule because the angle inside sine is 2x, so you have to find the derivative of the angle firstly, which is 2 multiplied by the derivative of sine, which is cosine, the same angle 2x. So our limit is equals to f prime of pi, which is 2 cosine 2 pi. And cosine 2 pi, as you know, equals to 1 multiplied by 2 equals 2. So our limit equals f prime of pi, which is equals to 2. For the last part, we have in part C 1 over 2 plus h cubed minus 1 over 8 divided by h when h goes to 0. So firstly you have to use the direct substitution to check if the substitution is 0 over 0 or not. So here we have 1 over 2 plus 0 cubed. So in the numerator we have 1 over 8 minus 1 over 8, which is 0, divided by 0. Now you have to check what is the suitable definition you have to use, the first one or the second one. This depends on denominator. In denominator we have h, so you have to use the first one. Now what about the function? The function is the first term in numerator. This is f of x. So our function f of x equals to 1 over 2 plus x cubed. Sorry, 1 over x cubed, because this is f of x plus h. This is f of x plus h. So f of x, you have to replace x plus h, which is 2 plus h in our function, substitute it by x. So you'll get 1 over x to the power 3, which is x to the power negative 3, and a is equals to what? A is equals to 2. So f prime of x equals negative 3x to the power negative 4, and this is equals to negative 3 divided by x to the power 4. Then you have to replace x equals 2 in the first derivative to get the value of the limit. So f prime of 2 equals negative 3 divided by 2 to the 4th power, and this is equal negative 3 over 16. So our limit is equals to f prime of 2, which is exactly negative 3 over 16. And that's it. Thank you.